Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty heated conversations to go talk about when it comes to the Xbox Series X, S, and of course the future of Xbox. The fact that right now a lot of people are critiquing Xbox when it comes to, well, the fact that their games keep on getting delayed, and there was a really big drama these past 2 years or so on some of the most big and at this point almost PlayStation exclusive consoles due to the fact that Xbox just couldn't go get their stuff together. As well, there's even more extra bonus drama over here when it comes to the PlayStation versus Xbox side. So if you guys kind of like the drama, I got you guys over here. I mean, what else, of course, is there for YouTube to go talk about? And of course, as we are slowly entering a little quick YouTube break, thank you guys all just for watching our videos in the first place and subscribing, because I cannot wait for a lot of these things to get to go and change on up. I think as of today, we have probably like 1 or 2 more videos going to schedule up throughout the next few days. So if I have really big topics going to come on up, I'll definitely be here. Like the Switch 2 news that was technically a new video. So we will still be making videos, to be aware for that. But of course, I'm going to be trying my best to set up a few different things on the setup these next few days, just in case we're a little bit more or less active on the YouTube side. But if you guys are very excited for this upcoming year, there's a lot of cool things coming, so let's go talk about it in a future video. So subscribe for that. Leave a like and your thoughts and comments on all this down below, all the affiliate links too as well. I also want to give you guys a reminder, we did actually have a chance to announce the PlayStation 5 Pro winner too as well. We'll have some more giveaways in the very near future as well. So thank you guys all for subscribing, and let's go and dive on into the video itself. So first and foremost, we've actually been having some really big drama when it comes to the Series S. Now, as you guys probably know, the Xbox Series X is a pretty decent console. The Series S is, in all honesty, starting to get a little bit dated, and I kind of called it out as a potential issue like 3 years ago, where we thought the Series S is cool. If you guys have one, just got one, even considering getting one, like, you'll be happy with it. You'll have a chance to utilize a lot of Game Pass games. I'm sure you'll have a chance to go utilize remote play and use the cloud. And at the end of the day, it's nice. Like, it's cheap. It goes on sale sometimes, and it works. Like, that's at the end of the day what happens. But the one big issue is that there's been a lot of overall games that do not actually show up or work when it comes to utilizing the console. And so far, it leads to a lot of drama. Basically saying that, like, the Black Myth Wukong had a huge delay over here. Like, even a few months back, 3 months ago, like, Microsoft confirms the delay of Black Myth Wukong for Xbox Series X and S. And, well, a lot of people are kind of curious on what was going to happen with this. Mainly because we've had comments like this, saying we'd prefer not to comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders. So basically alluding towards PlayStation. But we can confirm that the delay is not due to Xbox platform limitations that have been raised to us. Basically try to go and say like, hey, it wasn't really due to the Xbox limitations. And as well saying we can't make a comment if, say, PlayStation gets an exclusivity deal. And well, this actually is a big thing to note, because obviously we're kind of assuming, and people were assuming based on the wording, that there was a PlayStation exclusivity deal. And well, also the fact that the Xbox had no problems with it. But that's where a lot of things actually went and changed, because as of yesterday, Black Myth Wukong Xbox release date was actually delayed due to the fact that the Xbox Series S wasn't good enough. There was a memory limitation, and the director themselves were having issues trying to utilize and make the game for the Xbox consoles. Now, both is a good and a bad thing out there, depending. Good for the users that Xbox is fighting for them, anyone who bought an Xbox Series S, or people using the cloud or whatever. But Xbox wants to be able to go and sell always to the Xbox Series X and S, which once again is good for users, but maybe bad for game developers, because it is an older console. It is like a somewhat weaker console, and at the end of the day, it's nice, as I mentioned 2 times right there, but like it's still kind of slacking stuff over here. So saying Black Myth Wukong's Xbox release is facing delays due to the optimization challenges tied to the Xbox Series S's memory limitations, the game director has now confirmed. Black Myth Wukong has been one of the most anticipated action RPGs in recent years, and I really did like it. Played on PC, and it was a somewhat beautiful game, but also very taxing. And as well, this actually sold a lot of PlayStation 5s. Like, we're talking probably honestly got maybe a few million. Now, the Chinese has not usually been too hardcore when it comes to console gaming. Obviously, they're more focused on mobile and PC gaming if they had to go pick and choose. Most places usually are, because it's more of an Americanized thing, like a Western type style thing to utilize consoles, like PlayStation, etc. Although they are a Japanese-based company and Japan is into consoles, at the end of the day, places like Korea, China, India, while they do and have bought and sold consoles, typically, once again, they're more focused on mobile. Mobile's a lot easier to get on into. You could also kind of multi-use it for just generally, Twitter, research, mini computers, whatever. So that's a big thing to know. But Xbox also had a lot of issues with Baldur's Gate, and also a few other various games too as well, where they just weren't able to go and actually get these games out quick enough. And a lot of big reasons for exclusivity deals and people want to go get their consoles, or why they buy consoles, is number one, having the money to go get it. So if PlayStation did have an exclusivity deal, that's a big deal. And of course as well, also sometimes you just want to play the game. Like, if you want to get it, you want to play the game first. That's why PC sometimes complains that PS5 exclusives are PlayStation exclusives, and of course as well, why we want to have games everywhere. But that's a huge disadvantage for Xbox. Huge. Because, well, duh, like you can't go and play the biggest games out there. Baldur's Gate was the biggest game pretty much last year. And of course, Wukong was one of the biggest, if not the biggest game this year. Due to sales and hype and all of that. I can kind of argue depending on whatever it is, but it was a big game. But the game is a very, like a kind of taxing game. It was a big game. Even my PC had issues. Even my PS5 had issues. So basically, it was developed by Game Science, and the game's journey through the Chinese mythology already had a nomination for the Game of the Year awards, and I think it probably was up there for me. I would probably still say Helldivers, when it was on its peak, was probably my Game of the Year, but still. So following its massive reveal and positive reception, fans have been eagerly awaiting its launch across all platforms. However, the wait for the Xbox users have been riddled with speculation. Over here, saying recent rumors hinted that the game might be even being skipped on Xbox due to a PlayStation exclusivity deal. Now, this was never confirmed. It was based on that warning I showed you guys before. That's why I started off my video with that. But that made a lot of people kind of go back and forth. And also, we also had issues in the technical issues. And it could be almost like a weird pseudo mixture of both. I do remember the story first broke out. I kind of came to the conclusion that it wasn't necessarily a PlayStation exclusive, but PlayStation stepped up, and they were able to go and like send over developers and make sure the game was optimized well for PlayStation, was able to go basically launch ASAP, while it seemed like Xbox was kind of sitting on their hands and not doing much. But it also now confirms too that on both ends, there's a technical issue. I don't think they ever paid money for it. Although there's a bit of controversy when it comes to some of the bigger content creators out there, like Jez Corden and Paul Tracy, or whatever that is, like one guy from Forbes, because they were kind of very adamant and without proper citations and sources stating that that is going to happen. Now, I think a lot of people kind of assume, and I think that's okay. Like, that's kind of my videos. I assume a lot of stuff. I'm not like a journalist. I'm not someone crazy. I just like video games. I stream on Twitch a bunch. If you guys want to follow, you guys can. And of course, I like this stuff. I like the idea of video games and news. Like, that's why I cover these videos and even talk about this. But they kind of have that word hardcore, like it's 100% true type vibe, rather than like it's likely or potential, because we never fully even know. But they did go and confirm, at least at this point, that there was issues tied to memory limits. So the hardware itself was not strong enough for the Series S. Saying now a new update straight from the Game Science directors Feng Ji has shed light on the situation. In a post shared by Weibo, the director explained that the delay isn't due to exclusivity deals or bugs, but rather optimization challenges with the Xbox Series S. And as I mentioned before, we've seen this even things for, say, like Baldur's Gate, where there's just a lot of optimization issues, and it was okay, but it took a lot longer for it to show up on Xbox, which definitely does hurt the Xbox platform as a whole, because, well, it sucks. Like, if you can't play, like, the exciting, fun games, by the time you can, some of the hype has definitely died down, or maybe your friends stopped playing it, whatever it might be. But they had a chance to go and say it over here that they just had optimization issues, saying just wasn't strong enough, saying according to the post, the Xbox Series S's 10 gigabyte of shared memory has made it particularly difficult to optimize the game without extensive experience and development time. The director candidly expressed that overcoming these hurdles would take significant effort and acknowledged the struggle to get it ready for the console. In his words, although it wasn't too surprising, I still feel a bit emotional after securing everything. Everyone's combat power is truly terrifying. The only thing missing is the Xbox Robe, which somehow feels a bit wrong, but the 10 gigabyte of shared memory, without years of optimization experience, it's really hard to make it work. Basically saying there is a possibility they could possibly go and have it, but for their own individualized dev system, they may not have a chance to make it well. And this is probably where people kind of complain, because Xbox really should be stepping up. If you need to go and somehow work the magic and kind of code and optimize your game for the Series S, some of these game companies don't want to pay people to do it. Understandably so. I mean, they might get extra Xbox sales, but they also might not. So why is Xbox still not having a small team utilizing and reaching out to these big game companies to go and optimize the games? Think like Monster Hunter Wilds. Why are they not going and working with these people already? They might not, who knows? But they want to be making these games look as best and perform as well as possible, especially for games that are going to be taxing, and especially for games that may just never show up, because this Series S is hard. I wouldn't even mind if the Xbox Series X individually got their own games and maybe had the Series S come out later, because, well, duh, I'd rather have it on Xbox than not. So put on the Xbox Series X, and it should be able to go utilize it with the hardware, and it should be okay at the end of the day. And then, yeah, it kind of sucks for Series S users, but, well, what else can you go and do? We still do not even have the confirmation dates for the Xbox version, or if it's even going to happen in the first place, and, well, just people are kind of like a little bit upset. It's like, why? Like, some people I've actually even seen being like, why am I buying a Series S? I haven't had a chance to play Baldur's Gate when it came out. Haven't had a chance to play Black Myth Wukong. And of course, there is now an actual feeling against it. And of course, as well, some of these Xbox games coming to PlayStation, as well as Game Pass. Them trying to go push the idea that anything is a Xbox. So they're kind of just getting confused on what the branding is and why they even bought a Series S. And a lot of people are just kind of saying like it's a waste. It's a garbage, and they wasted money on their Series S. No, I still think it's a good console. I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on Xbox. But I do want to say that this is actually actually kind of hurting people because, well, people want to play these games, as I mentioned. So obviously you're going to be mad over time to go and see this. And, well, we don't really know the end all be all for it. Like, we don't necessarily know like what PlayStation did to work with it. They probably just worked with them hand in hand to optimize the game. So why is Xbox not doing this? It does kind of feel like Xbox is kind of forgetting about their users at the end of the day. And, well, they're both like trying too hard, but also not trying hard enough, if that makes sense. Anyway, give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have all the affiliate links down below for the consoles. Of course, subscribe if you guys are new. We're definitely going to be going on our break sometime in the near future. And I appreciate you all so much for watching in the first place.